Hey everybody, I'm back for a little bit. I actually wanted to do something that's a little unscripted this week. This is maybe a little bit different than what I've done in the past. There will be more reviews coming, but something came up in that first review that sort of shook me a little bit, and I want to be really, really clear about something. The reviews that I do on Angry Dad Gamer, especially when it comes to hardware and software, are pretty much, and that's pretty much all we're doing. The reviews that I do are not paid for in any way from any product manufacturer that I'm doing the review of. Let me put that in a more simple way. My reviews are only paid for by you, the fans. So if you go to my recurrency page for Angry Dad Gamer, you can contribute. That's the only income I am currently making off of these. If somebody sends me something and says, we want a good review, and here's money to ensure that that happens, I will not review that product, okay? I want to be 100% above board and clear about this. This is essentially my ethics statement. When I get something to review, if it's been given to me by the manufacturer or the PR company or whoever it is, then I'm not going to keep it. Once I review it, I'll give it away. If I've bought something myself, I'll tell you that in the review. So the iAudi review that I did, I actually bought that myself, and I was like, you know what, this is pretty cool, I think I'll review it. I'm looking at a Viper home security system that I bought. We're going to review that. I bought it, and I have no gain to say it's good or bad. And that's the whole idea of reviews that you can trust, right? You know that someone's not paying me to say some piece of garbage is actually really awesome and you should spend your money on it. Now that was something that I carried over all through my 9 years with Download Squad, the unofficial Apple weblog, DIY Squad, like all of the sites that I managed when I was with AOL. We did not take money to write reviews from the people we were writing the reviews about. Now obviously they got paid to do reviews, but they got paid by us to do reviews. They didn't get paid by Apple, they didn't get paid by Microsoft, they didn't get paid by BlizzBlaz and HimHam who produced whatever it is product they're reviewing. Developers did not pay our people to write reviews for them, either on the App Store or wherever. And so that's very important that I explain, and this is this week's video. So instead of a Friday review, I wanted to set the tone for the rest of the reviews because it's very important that people understand that I am not being paid by the people who make the products that I review. I'm going to start doing some IndieBox video game reviews. IndieBox has no relationship with me whatsoever. I am actually a customer of theirs, and I'm getting those, and I'm going to look at the games that they provide, plus the little things that they put in the box. That's how I feel is the only way to do honest, independent reviews. If anyone can prove otherwise, you're welcome to. But I'm just going to tell you, that's how I do reviews. They are 100% independent and honest. And I hope that you see that, because even though like I've been a big fan of Apple over the years, I'm going to do a review of Apple Music pretty soon that's absolutely going to tear it a new asshole. There's no question. It is full of bugs. It's a confusing interface. It's goofy. Some of the stuff that they've done in there is absolutely like, what crazy blind monkey did this? No offense to anyone who's blind, but I'm just saying there's some real garbage in there. Of course, Apple's not going to pay me to say anything, good or bad. But the point is, like, even the smaller manufacturers. I got a dashboard case holder thing for the iPhone, and from some manufacturer who just sent it to me. When I do the review, which is going to be a pretty simple review, it holds your phone on your dashboard. When I do the review, I'm going to give that to somebody. I'm not going to necessarily give it away for charity. I'm not going to put it on eBay and give that to, you know, the March of Dimes or whatever. I would love to have that capacity, but I'm probably just going to give it to somebody I know who maybe needs something like that. I don't really get anything out of that, you know? It's just the easiest way to get rid of something, and I don't want to throw all this stuff away. Now, if something's really bad, I have in the past held on to it just because nobody needs to have that. Or send it back to the manufacturer. That's always an option too. A lot of these guys don't want the stuff back. They just said, here, we have a certain allotment for reviews, and we send these out. and here you go. But my point being, and I think I've belabored this point enough, is that my promise to you, and this is why I encourage people to help support me on recurrency, is I will give you a fair assessment of a product. And I will tell you if it is worth your time in purchasing this thing. There's a lot of good stuff out there. A lot of it may be overpriced. What we're looking for is the best value. I don't have a whole lot of money to spend on stuff. So I understand the fact that you're pressed for time and you're looking for really good stuff. And I know that there are other places you can go. You can go to Wirecutter, you can go to CNET, a number of sites, even Amazon, right? You can read the reviews and you can do the calculations, do this. But what I like to do is take these things and give a product review of something that's honest and fair and show you where, hey, you know what? This product is basically like all these other products, but you may be able to find it cheaper here. You may be able to find it cheaper there. Now, if I do find a good deal on something, I may put an affiliate link somewhere, so when you click on it, I get like a nickel out of that sale. But the cool thing is, I'm not finding the most expensive version of that. I'm finding like a good deal, basically. And that's really my goal, is to surface good deals. And that's something that somewhere like a CNET or Wirecutter might not exactly do, because sometimes you don't need the best or even the second best. Sometimes you just need something that gets the job done. And when it comes to things like iPhone cases or iPhone stands, I mean, how much more simple does it have to get, you know? Now, this was a freebie, by the way, that was tossed into an OtterBox thing from a long time ago. So I'm unscripted, and I'm coming to you from a very real standpoint. I actually scratched my nose there. I'm going to keep that in the video just to show you that this is from the heart, that I am not going to get paid by somebody, by Otter, to mention their product online if I think it's crap. Okay? And my reviews, specifically, will never be paid for by the manufacturer. That's just not what I'm going to do. Now, at the end of the show, I say, hey, thanks for joining us. This is brought to you by blah, 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 or whatever. That's another thing. And I'll explain that's part of the sponsorship stuff that we do here. But we haven't done any of those yet, so A, you don't have to worry about it right now. But if you do see sponsorships, that's different than an actual review. And I tend to only want to take sponsorships from companies that I feel create a good product, because I feel like it's incumbent on me to also filter it that way. It's like plenty of people will give you money in this world, but if their company runs to the ground 6 months later because they put out a crappy product, where am I as a broadcaster going to be in those 6 months, right? I'm going to be looking for another sponsorship, and then anyone who's bought that product had a bad experience with it. Now the company's out of business. How does that reflect on me, right? So it's in my best interest and your best interest for us to keep this completely honest and open and transparent and try to find the best products for you for the best possible price. So if you'll come with me, then I will try my damnedest to offer those things to you. Plus, on my Twitch channel, we'll do live shows that'll be fun. We'll post some of those here. But the reviews in particular, I really want to be open about that. Not getting paid by the people that I review their products. It's just not happening. Okay? I've never done it, never will. So, tune in next time for an actual review, probably the automatic, which I've found a few more bugs now that we've spent some time testing it. And that's one other thing. I typically will only review, specifically hardware, I'll only review it if I've actually road tested it. If I've really used it, minimum 2 weeks. I try to do a minimum of 2 weeks, because that really gives you enough time, if you're using it regularly, to tell you, is this, was there one thing that was a problem or whatever. So I'm telling you, these are going to be independent reviews. I really do use the stuff that I review, and I hope that you will join me on this journey and have fun and enjoy it, and hopefully it'll help you buy cool stuff. Thanks.